We have had 4 excellent seasons of sustainably building food systems in Nigeria, and FMN, with over 6 decades of expertise in driving food self-sufficiency, is still here to perfectly orchestrate the 5th season of FMN PFI. I think we can give FMN a noble applause for this unwavering commitment to feeding and enriching lives every day. Are you ready to make memories? Nigeria is currently the largest producer of cassava in the world, with an annual production of over 34 million tons of tuberous roots. Cassava is largely consumed in many processed forms in Nigeria. Its use in industry and livestock feed is well known, but it's gradually increasing, especially as import substitution becomes prominent in the industrial sector of the economy. As a cash crop, cassava generates cash income for the largest number of households in comparison with other staples. Today, we have 5 young Nigerian entrepreneurs playing within Nigeria's cassava industry here at the 5th season of FMN PFI to compete for the prize money through their various sustainable innovations. FMN remains Nigeria's foremost business that is consistently championing the nation's quest for food security, and through the FMN PFI, the company is entrenching sustainable food systems in Nigeria. The theme of the PFI 5.0 is innovative practices in cassava production and processing. Now, this 5th season of the FMN PFI gained more entries than the previous seasons, as we received about 2,700 quality and innovation-driven entries. Today, we are all on a quest to find out what our top 5 finalists have for us. Who amongst them is championing innovative practices in cassava production and processing? I am Olive Emodi, and this is a live broadcast of the FMN Prize for Innovation Season 5 pitch event.
I heard about FMN Prize for Innovation on Instagram. I saw it on Instagram, basically.
I have seen FMN PFI over the social media.
The night before it was going to close, it was few minutes to 12. I made the video, I did the application, and I submitted.
It was on the day of the deadline I applied because I didn't think they would select me.
I said, okay, let me apply and see how we are going to partner together so that we can scale the business.
I was very surprised when I saw, congratulations, you have been shortlisted.
This exposure would also afford Farmavi Agro that opportunity to grow in leaps and bounds.
We know what we stand for, and we've been looking for opportunities like this.
If we win, the money will enable us to take the products from the prototype phase, which we had to market.
If I win this competition, we're going to buy a solar-powered inverter.
I am proof positive that even if you do not win here today, you're still a winner.
So I know I mentioned earlier the number of entries that we had, but I think it's important that I re-emphasize that we had 2,700 quality entries. That's massive. And believe me when I tell you that our FMN PFI screening team had their hands full selecting our top 5 finalists. But they did it. And with us today are the top 5 finalists competing before our committed judges for the prize money. And knowing our FMN PFI team, something special is cooking. I can hear the simmering. Anyway, do not make a move because the meal will go around. I'll get a plate, you'll get a plate, everybody gets a plate. Also, in the spirit of innovation, we are pleased to announce that we have 2 new judges. First, Ms. Yewande Kazim, a marketing and social marketing specialist and the founder of Wonderview, joins us. But she's not alone, she's joining us with Farmer Kolawole Adeniji, Chairman CEO of Agro Services Limited. And of course, we have two of our faves from the previous seasons joining us. Our very own Adenike Adeyemi returns. She is, of course, a trustee, Youth Business International. And not forgetting, our very own, the MD, FMN Agro and Director, Strategic Engagement and Partnerships, Sadiq Usman, brings his charm this year. I'm giddy with great expectations because what is going on? FMN Prize for Innovation is definitely what's going on. But remember, we have our top 5 contending for the prize money of 10 million naira. I'm rethinking my choices. I don't know if I want to be host this year. We have 5 million naira, 3 million naira, and 2 million naira for the winner, first, and second runner-up, respectively. FMN is indeed championing food security in Nigeria. And now let's get to speak with our judges and get a sense of what it is that they're expecting from our finalists. I did mention earlier that we have 2 new judges and I'm very excited to speak with them. Thank you, first of all, to Farmer Adeniji and to Yewande. It's such a pleasure to have you and I'm sure you have the best time. I'll start with you, Yewande. What are your expectations for the top 5 finalists this season?
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here today. For me, I'm looking at, in terms of demand for the product, I'm thinking about scalability, innovative business, and I'm just really excited to be here and see the businesses on ground.
All right. I'm sure you'll be blown away like we were last year. Farmer Adeniji, you are a key player in the cassava industry, and that's the focus for this year's theme. What sort of innovations are you looking forward to seeing the contestants or the finalists show off in their presentations?
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm trying to look at the profitability and the sustainability because for any idea, any business, if it's not sustainable, that means it doesn't worth it. And if the profit is not actually there, it won't be sustainable. So sustainability is very key and profitability, return on the investment.
I like the profitability part because money is very important. Speaking about profitability, Adenike, first of all, I must say thank you very much for collaborating with us year in, year out. It's so great to see you again. Our businesses, our SMEs have reported at least 50% growth. I think that's incredible. What do we need to do to ensure we sustain that and even expand on that in this final season?
So great to be here on season 5. To answer your question, I think it's what we're doing here. It's putting money behind those that show great potential and ability to scale and putting support behind them. And if we're able to do that, we'll even see those numbers rise up.
All right, looking forward to see that. And I will be wrapping this session by speaking to our Oga, the Oga Patapata. It's always great to speak with you and always great to have you here. You've been here season in, season out. This season, we're focusing on cassava and FMN Agro is a key player in this space as well. What sort of, partnerships are you looking forward to seeing, or are we expecting to see partnerships as a result of, this final pitching?
Thank you, Olive. It's exciting to be here once again. I
exciting
always
to
look
have
forward
you.
to it's a highlight of my calendar.
Oh,
And this year is also a landmark year, given that it's the 5th anniversary. So this has particular significance. We as FMN, we're committed to supporting Nigeria's yield transformation. So I'm looking for partnerships with everybody, those that win today, those that don't win, right? Because the mere fact that out of the number of entries we have, these top 5 means that they're great ideas, no matter what. And so I look forward to working with all of them.
I also want to share my sympathies with you because I know it's always very hard every year to decide who the winners are because they bring such great pitches and presentations. I wish you all the best. So may the best man or woman win. I'll see you on the other side. Let's go talk to the finalists.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good day, sirs. Good day, ma. Let me just quickly drop this here. My name is Okoli Valentine Nnemeka. My journey started in 2015. What it is that I lost the only foodstuff I had back then. Some of you know it as African salad. Some of you know it as abacha or cassava tapioca. That was the day I discovered that raw onions could be sweet because that was what I ate and slept. But then it clicked in my mind that how do we solve the problem of storage and the cassava value chain? Then I proceeded to study biochemistry for my HND, and these are the problems I discovered. See, from 2023 up to this moment, we've been lamenting post-harvest loss, over 40% of it, according to FAO, because our farmers do not have the capacity to produce all they've harvested. It's expensive. And most importantly, we do not have high-end, fast-moving consumer goods that have value and that can easily serve the mass market. And that is where we come in as a company, Batch and More Limited, who produce innovative, extraordinary, amazing new products that have never been seen before. And I would like to introduce you to our two products. The one is the chocolate cassava chips. Yes, it is low in calories, just 160 calories. It is high in fiber, and it is what? Oh, yes, it is gluten-free. And our second product, which we started with, it is the batch noodles instant abacha, just like a regular noodles, having all you need to make a meal in a pack. Now, let me run you guys through the numbers, please. We launched this product, this particular snack, in February this year, and it will give me great delight to tell you this, that from February till now, just in the Federal Capital Territory, we made 4 million naira in sales from just the sales of this. So imagine what it will be when we spread it out to different cities in Nigeria. And we process 200 kg every 2 days for the production of this. But that is not the genius part yet. Let me tell you what the genius part is. Now, we have a system whereby we help these farmers to store their cassava for up to a year, and they use it anytime they want to do. We do trade by barter. They do not pay monetarily for it, but we take 35% of the cassava, which we use in producing our FMCGs, and the farmer gets to have his other 65%. But that's not just it. By the time we store this cassava for up to a year, by simply just drying it, whenever we want to use it, the quality remains the same. We have a competitive advantage that I don't want to shout at. Look, in our new packaging, we included the carbon credits to it, whereby for each pack you eat, you get points of which you can redeem them later, and we get the nylons which we use for waste recycling and all that. And not just that. In our system, we have the CSR, whereby these farmer enclaves, we train the young ones to know on how to store this cassava for a longer time and know what to use it to do at a later time. We are asking for this 5 million naira for 3 main reasons. One, to expand our capacity by 30%. Two, to get more cassava custom-made dehydrators. We are operating one already, so we already have the prototype for it. And finally, for marketing, because marketing is really not cheap now. We are addressing several SDG goals. One, reducing hunger. SDG 12, which is responsible consumption and production. SDG 9 and 8.
Thank you very much, Valentine. That was a good, short and sharp presentation that you had. And also thank you for sharing your samples. Just looking at the packaging, quite interesting.
Okay.
You're targeting this, okay. Is this for children or for everybody?
For everybody. We researched this product by the virtue of me being a biochemist, and that is why we even branded it Una, meaning na una get am.
Yeah, Mr. Valentine.
Yes, sir.
I think it's a very good idea and very good innovation.
Thank you, sir.
Have you actually worked on the variety that is going to be? You know, we have different variety. We have sweet cassava, you have the one bitter and everything. Have you been able to work along the cassava variety in order to give you push to the markets? And another thing, continuity and sustainability of it. That's number one. Then I've seen that the packaging is okay. The taste, I can see my other colleagues have been eating it. And for you to know a good product, I keep on telling people. So your product, the packaging must be attractive. That's what will make people to get it. So when you eat it and you take a second bite, that means it's good.
It's a done deal. The market has a mind of its own, because if you watch, the pack is big. We intended to make it about 100 gram, you know, something bigger in terms of quantity. But sir, the market don't want to pay 500. So we had to reduce the quantity, still maintain quality. And this now, the way it is now, is sold for 150 naira.
And this, how is this prepared, the abacha?
It comes with the seasoning just like your regular noodles. It comes with the oil pack and the seasoning pack. So with this, and this oil is not just the regular oil. We have our own secret ingredient that is organic.
Trade secrets.
Trade secret. Yes, that is organic. Same with our seasoning. So once you soak this in water, in less than 3 minutes, it softens. You mix this with the seasoning, you are good to go. So if we have the backing of FMN, we will surpass them.
What are your projections for the next 2 years? So where do you think your sales will be December 2027? That's number one. Then in terms of your utilization of the grant, I noticed that you don't have regulatory certification on the doc, except it's somewhere else.
We are certified.
Okay.
We have NAFDAC certification.
Okay.
We have SON certification. The NAFDAC is written there. It's at the front.
What are your projections in terms of volume and in terms of sales?
Okay, in terms of sales, we are looking at moving geometrically because of this new product. So at the end of this year, we're projecting at least 16 million naira in total revenue, because if we could do 4 million naira for just these 3 months, so it's safe to say that we can, do more than that by the end of December. And with this grant and the publicity that comes with it, I'm very sure that by next year we'll double that amount, if not triple it.
Thank you. I like your branding, like the outfit and everything, great. And it actually tastes really nice. So I have a question for you. I wasn't sure and clear about the trade and barter thing.
When we started with this, we met the farmers. We take a percentage of the cassava, that is the raw cassava, 35% of it, which we now use to produce our own products.
So that's how you source your product?
That is one of the ways. Okay. Sometimes we buy outrightly.
How are you getting into the market? How have you been able to sell?
Currently, we're in different supermarkets scattered across Abuja and in Lagos. In Lagos, it is this one. This has been in the market. I would really love that FMN, partner with us, or we partner with them in order to get our FMCG out. Of course, for a cut in our company.
I wish you the very best, whatever
you,
the outcome in the future.
Okay.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
very much, man. Sir, thank you.
The guy knows what he wants, and I think he's bold in the idea that I want to push into the market. Just added value to it. If you can work on the pricing issues, and you can see some big player like, if they can automate the line, the cost of production is going to be reduced. Do we really ask him about the fund usability?
He
put it out here.
I think we
so
asked her. He didn't answer that one.
Yes.
Hi, Victoria.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You're welcome. Great to see you, and congratulations on making it to this year's top 5.
Thank you.
You have 7 minutes to make your pitch, and they will then have another 5 minutes to ask you questions. So over to you, and wishing you all the best.
All right, thank you so much. My name is Victoria Gwanige, and I'm the founder of Kyoko Foods. My journey to processing did not start on a pleasant note. I am a mom, and as a first-time mom, I had bought all the foreign foods there was for my daughter. Unfortunately for me, after 6 months of exclusive breastfeeding, I had a picky eater. She would only eat cheese balls. And she would eat a lot of it and would not get full. I was seeing my daughter lose weight and become a version of herself that wasn't. So I went down and started searching. I found out that Nigeria was the first largest producer of cassava, whereas at the time, over 30% of cassava was wasting. But I wanted one thing. I wanted my daughter to eat cheese balls and still get full. I mean, that's what the mother wants, right? So I also found out that a lot of children were not eating good snacks that they required. There was not enough ingredients, nutrients, and there were a lot of preservatives in this product. So we went into sorghum production. We combined cassava and sorghum at the initial stage to make extruded snacks. But we faced one major challenge. Cassava has so many inconsistencies. Different variants gives you different strength, and we needed the starch. So we started from processing our own starch and then making our cassava. But along the line, we left it and went into maize because it was more stable. We started the company in 2022, and our factory is at Abuja. In 2023, I came across the Amazing Day snack, and I saw cassava on the package, and it made me realize that, okay, it means that this dream I have, I'm not just the only one thinking it, and I can take this product and go back big scale. So we took the cassava and we started manufacturing again, and in 2025, last year, we found a company that was giving us our raw material. It cost us 40 naira to make the little pack you're seeing here, and we sell for 77 naira at wholesale value. We sell majorly to distributors, retailers, but with the chocolate one you have there is chocolate coated cheese balls. We coat it with pure chocolate made from Nigerian cocoa, and we sell that to events for customized packaging for birthdays, bridal shower, and customized events. We tried to sell it in supermarket, but it cost us a lot to sell because we needed to educate a lot of customers. A lot of customers do not know that you can actually coat cheese balls with chocolate. So we decided to go for gifting. We have a lot of competitors in the market, giants, if I must say, Fun Snacks and Homer, but we are the only ones that are doing something different. Other than maize, we are using grains like sorghum and cassava and maize to ensure that children get nutrients even while taking snack. We also have variants like the multi-level pricing. We sell other variants that are not the regular cheese balls that everybody has in the market. And our product has zero preservatives. Current milestone, we process manually, so we also seal manually, and we consume a lot of diesel every day for production. But we have an extruding machine that can give us over 500 bags, so it's this packaging that takes a lot of our time. One of the things that we are planning to do is to automate our production from processing, from extrusion, which is the making of the real puff inside, to the packaging and delivery. This is one of the things that we do because we buy our raw materials from farmers in rural communities. We don't just go to them to offtake. We also provide them with chemicals that they use in farming so that they get better yield, because the better the corn and the cassava we use in producing, the better the final product. If you taste it, if you've eaten cheese balls before, you will notice that there's a difference. There's a crunch that comes with us, and that's one of the magics that cassava brings to the table. I am the founder and I have over 5 years experience in manufacturing. Leonard Dikanoba is our legal head and he has over 10 years experience in corporate law. And we also have Favor, our marketing lead, that helps us to get new distributors. Between 2022 and now that we have said, we have generated over 79 million. And in August last year, we introduced cassava fully into it. And the result has been different. We are having a lot of repeat customers and people telling us that our product is actually very filling, which is what we wanted to go for in the first place. Our revenue goal, at the end of 2027, we are hoping to do around 100 million naira. We are hoping to do 150 million naira in 2028 and over 200 million naira in 2029. We are also hoping to ensure that we're also looking to get our e-commerce very strong so that people can buy directly from us and we can actually retain some of our margins, because this product at the final consumption, it goes for higher than that, but because it goes through so many people. But having an e-commerce platform where people can buy directly from us, it can help us retain a lot of those margins. The reason why I started this product is to make good food for my daughter, and that is still in the vision. But from experience with FMCG, you need a lot of money to educate people on a product they do not know about. So that's why we started with the regular cheese balls that the market already knows. Once our name becomes a household brand, it's very easy to bring other products on the back of the one that's already standing. That's a naughty puff. What we are planning to do with that is everything you give your baby in pap is also present in this pack. But what is the difference? Instead of taking out the starch from the pap as they do in pap, we are making the whole grain, the whole cassava, the whole sorghum, and bringing it into it. So it means that every pack of this product that your child eats, they are getting all the required nutrients they need in a pack. This contains granules, soya beans, crayfish, and plantain flour. We are seeking for 5 million naira because we want to buy a 6 kVA solar inverter. The machine that makes the cheese balls itself, that's the puff itself, it takes about 1 hour to produce 100 kg. But we spend the whole day packaging with packaging machines. At the end of the day, we are consuming 30 to 40,000 naira worth of diesel every day. If we are able to get a solar inverter, it will bring down our cost drastically and help us increase our margins. We'd also want to use 20%, which is 1 million naira for market activations. There are so many villages in the outskirts of Abuja where our competitors do not take serious in the market, and we are hoping to go into those markets, do activations, and take our products there. We have come a long way. This was me in 2021 when we started processing our cassava from scratch. That's also, I was turning the waste from the cassava starch into gari. That's the first slide. The second picture is when we started with transparent nylon and we're using sticker to test and sell the market. The third picture is when we're moving with screen printing. The packaging wasn't like this, but we're still selling anyways. In August, when we realized that we now had a consistent flow of cassava, we are now working on making the first ever cassava cocoa pops. We can do a lot with your support. One of the reasons why we are here is that marketing nationwide has been very hard for us. And we know that with FMN's ability, we can take this product from that little factory in Abuja and make it a national product. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Victoria, and thank you for sharing your innovation and your innovation journey with us. So yes, you talked about making this product for yourself and your daughter, but can you speak a bit more to who are you targeting, the pricing, and why do you think that there's a lot of those people available to buy your product?
The snack market is around 500 billion, the ready-to-eat snack, and we are targeting only 500 million of that market. We sell that product in your hand for 100 naira at retail price, but at distributor's price, we sell at 77 naira. The other product, which is customized for events, we sell that one a pack at 1,000 naira. We have seen tremendous demand, but we just want to stick to only events because that way we are able to manage and we don't have to do a lot of marketing. You come for an event, they share it to you, you taste it, and then you order more. So that's how we've been able to sell that. So our target market, little children, for the yellow and orange one. So we sell through schools, distributors who are in open markets that sell to children going to school. While the other product is more on the high end and adults, so it's more for middle to high income earners for the chocolates snack. Yes, sir.
What's the percentage of cassava in your products?
So we use 33% of cassava for the base. We have we add sorghum and then we add maize, and it's just so that we can ensure that we get the perfect crunch.
So, I think I like what I'm hearing.
Thank you, sir.
I was discussing with my colleagues when I was coming down. One of my friends, who is a professor, is a DG to one of the national root crop in Atumudike. He saw it on social media and he said, if a lot of multinationals and companies have been emulating what Nigeria Farming have been doing in promoting the local talent and ideas in Nigeria, especially in agriculture, we won't be where we are.
So we are using 4 million naira to buy a 6 kVA machine inverter that can that can power the packaging machine. That's where we spend a lot more time on. The main machine that makes the extruded snacks, which we call cheese balls in Nigeria, takes about 1 hour to give us what we do for the whole day. So with the generator we own is for the ceiling. So if we buy a 6.5 kVA machine, it will power the ceiling machine itself and it reduces our consumption. On the marketing side, we have tried doing nationwide delivery and we have learned large, hard lessons. So now we are focusing on neighboring communities where our factory is located. So that's why we are seeing outskirts of Abuja, like Suleja, Buhari, Kwali, where other competitors are not strong there. We want to go there, do market activation, share our products, go to school, do school activation, so that once children taste it, they like it, they will keep buying it.
I wanted to find out a little bit about how, in terms of your products, are you working with R&D and how have you been able to create the product? And I want to hear more about your growth strategy. So in 5 years, where do you see yourself?
Okay. So actually no R&D, it's testing. So we test, we sell, we get feedback, and then we keep.
That's R&D.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Well, I was going to say, I hope all this testing is not with your little daughter, that she's the insufferable one that
she's the first line of action. If she says, "Mommy, no," then it's no.
Yeah. It doesn't move on to the next stage.
No. So yes, we are hoping, we want to be a multinational brand. In the next 5 years, we want to have taken over the North Central markets, and we know that we can do it. One of the strategies is by making our product known. That's why we are here, so that people can know that this product exists. They've seen it somewhere, and then they buy it. Another route we are looking at is getting distributors online. We know that that's not something that FMCG is used to, but we've been trying it and it's been working. But we just want to limit it to the North Central so that we can control the cost of logistics. So that's one of the plans that we are moving in motion now.
Yeah, thank you.
So in terms of just doubling down in terms of your growth strategy,
yes, sir.
Are you looking to just focus on the snack segment? And I think you also mentioned possibly the breakfast cereal segment.
Yes.
Is that where you see yourself limiting yourself and within that region in the next 5 years? Just maybe a little bit of clarity on that.
Okay, so we have other products that are not related to. So for example, the chocolate that is coated on that snack, we make the chocolate. So we have a chocolate bar line that we do. So it's like a mix and match. It's like a marriage. That product is a marriage between two products. So for now, we do not have the money to do a lot of products. But as we go bigger, we would keep going as we expanding as we go. But for now, we want to keep the products small so that we can market and then grow from there.
And in terms of your production base,
Yes, sir.
is that in Buari, in
Yes.
Abuja?
Yes, sir.
And you source within the FCT and the environs, or how far do you have to go to source? So
for the cassava,
Yeah.
we source from Ilorin.
from Ilorin.
Yes.
Is
So we
that
have
very
a small.
efficient?
We have well, because we've tested sourcing from Abuja, and the cost is not. It doesn't make any sense to us. So like I said earlier, we're processing from the beginning ourselves. We're doing the processing, but we realized that the inconsistency was a lot. So there's a company in Ilorin where they process the cassava for us and give us in powder form. So our job is just to mix and then extrude. Yes, but every other product, every other raw material, the corn, the sorghum we buy from FCT. Then the cocoa we buy from Ondo State, where we're using coating that. But every other thing in the FCT there.
Right. And how many people do you have currently?
Staff?
Yes.
Okay, we have 7 factory workers
And
presently.
then yourself.
Yes, and then myself.
And then so that's 8.
Yes.
Okay.
And your daughter.
And your daughter.
R&D department, yes.
Yes.
So,
Yes, the R&D.
thank you so much, Victoria. Really such a pleasure to meet you, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Uh-huh.
So what can I get you?
Can I have some more golden penny pasta?
Tell me why you want more.
Because I enjoy slopping.
This is why I love my golden penny pasta. It's my family's favorite. What's your reason?
Courage for a romantic dinner.
Reminds me of home every time.
That truly satisfying me.
It's my ultimate comfort food.
Creativity mode activated, and make delicious combos for you. Come on.
I just want more.
Oh, Grandpa.
Because I love you all.
Hello, Sadiq.
Good day, distinguished judges.
Welcome, Sadiq. We are going to have a 7-minute presentation and then 5 minutes questions. You can go ahead. You can have the floor.
Nigeria is the largest producer of cassava. Annually, Nigeria produces about 60 million tons of cassava yearly. And this is a problem because 50%, 40 to 50% is lost due to inefficient processing, poor power supply, and manual methods. So at Amsterdam Ventures, we came up with a solution, which is a smart hybrid cassava processing plant. This plant is an integrated system that peels, washes, grind, ferments, dewater, fries, and also sieves, all in one efficient system. The system processes about 3 to 5 tons of cassava daily, and is powered by solar, diesel, or electricity, which is very ideal to our rural communities. Our key innovation is the fermentation chamber. The fermentation chamber reduces fermentation period from 72 to 24 or 48 hours, thereby improving productivity and product quality. The system is priced between 7 to 20 million, depending on the configuration. That is why it's affordable and durable for our local farmers. This system generates about 1.5 to 3 million naira monthly, and it's a net profit of 500,000 to 1.5 million naira, and a payback period of 6 to 18 months for our local farmers or our clients. We at Amsterdam Ventures, we generate our revenue through sales of machine and services. Services such as training, installation, and maintenance services. This solution actually reduces post-harvest losses. We actually, in Amsterdam Ventures, we are not just building a machine, but we are building an infrastructure for our agro-processing and future in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Sadiq, tell me a little bit, how did you get into this? Are you an engineer? How long have you been in business? Can you tell us a little bit about your sales?
I'm a mechanical engineer by profession, and this idea came during when the whole world is in lockdown. Okay. So I look at it, okay, we are having challenges in the country, and food is the main thing during COVID. People are going helter-skelter, thinking of how to make the fastest way of getting the fastest food to process, which is gari. Gari, you can soak it and just take it then. So this is one thing that actually brings that idea to me. So I designed it. First of all, I was just doing the fragmented parts, like I'll do probably the sieve or the grating machine. I fabricate that. I get my my markets. They come and we discuss more on it, and they buy it. So that's how I started. Yes.
How many units have you sold?
Okay, actually, as I started with the fragmented pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I sold about the fragments. I sold about 15 different units. Mm-hmm. Yes, but for the complete integrated unit like this, mm-hmm. This is the first one we are doing, and it's still on the prototype.
Who do you see as your target market?
My target market are the small and medium enterprises, mm-hmm. These agro-processors. Mm-hmm. We have the cluster farmers and cooperatives.
The amount of fund or the grant that is available cannot even do one out of this. Sure, you know, because of the R&D you still need to do, because we have not done the real line. But it's a good idea that we have seen something coming up like this in Nigeria that a lot of youth actually thinking.
Of course.
One thing about the machine is for it to do it, to reduce the power consumption, to be profitable for people who want to use, and to be users-friendly too. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
What will you use the grant for? If you win 5 million naira, what will you use it for in terms of the development of the chamber? That's number one. And then number two, what do you think are your challenges to then make this into a business and then sell?
For the 5 million, if I win, I'm looking at completing the prototype, ensuring that it integrates well with the system, that's the fermentation, then upgrade our tools too.
Okay, and then your challenges to scale, what are they?
Okay, my challenges to scale actually still the finance. So mm-hmm. If this one scale through, mm-hmm. and then we believe from now to the next 5 years, I think we'll have more than 100 of these machines around the country.
I was just thinking about it. You know, you're my namesake.
Okay.
I don't know that I have got that brain that you have on your head that can make me fabricate this.
Wow.
So well done.
Thank you, sir.
Who do you currently have with you in this in this business?
All right. These are my competent team members, and these are the people we work together with. And each and everyone has his own input in the system.
Thank you, Sadiq. Quite impressive. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Mr. Lanre, you're welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, you have 7 minutes to present and you have 5 minutes for the question.
Okay.
So you're welcome.
My name is Lanre Oluwafemi. I'm here today representing I'm the COO of Farmavi Agro. I'm here today representing the CEO founder. She couldn't be here because due to a prior commitment.
I was going to say, we've seen you before.
Yeah,
yes.
you look very familiar.
Yes, the first edition.
Okay.
Ah.
Yes.
And you were here in what capacity then?
I was pitching a cassava innovation, HQCP at the time.
Okay.
But I guess that wasn't the focus of that edition. So,
Okay.
I didn't come last, but.
So your wife is in cassava and you're in cassava?
Yes.
It's a family of cassava.
So cassava family.
I guess you can say that.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Okay, so her name is Rashidat Ayola Oluwafemi. She's an IITA certified technical expert in cassava value addition. Today I'll be presenting an innovation that targets Nigeria's 40 million plus smallholder farmers. As you might know, Nigeria is the largest cassava producing country in the world. And this success comes at a huge cost because we daily generate millions of liters of cassava wastewater, thereby polluting our environment and releasing toxic greenhouse gases into the environment. And then there's another problem of middlemen fertilizer distributors who prefer to market and sell in bulk to governments and NGOs because they sell it faster that way. So I'm not saying they neglect the smallholder farmers, but they are not their main targets. And then there's the problem of high fuel costs, which has a direct impact on the cost of fertilizer as well. Like currently, the price of an average, an NPK fertilizer 50 kg bag costs between 45,000 and 70,000 naira, which is pretty much unaffordable for most Nigerian farmers. So, and our solution to this problem is this product right here. We call it Sikafra. It's an ingeniously engineered bioorganic liquid fertilizer. It is made from a combination of fermentation and a process called thermochemical hydrolysis. Basically, what we do is we ferment the cassava wastewater, which can be gotten from the effluent of like cassava starch or fermented cassava peels. And it's usually very dense in microbes that are essential for crop and soil fertility. And we mix it with liquefied cattle hair to bump up the nitrogen component. And that's how we come up with this product. It's a highly concentrated solution, and with 1 liter of it, you can, and if you dilute it with 100 liters of water, you can conveniently fertilize 1 acre of farmland. You can apply it foliarly by spraying it on the leaves or at the root, and it costs just a fraction of the cost of regular NPK fertilizers. Yeah, so basically our goal is to eventually disrupt the current system of fertilizer distribution in the country by setting up what we call a decentralized biohub, which entails, essentially it means that we set up our production infrastructure right where the cassava waste are being generated, namely at the cassava processing clusters, of which we've identified about 25 of them all across the country that are willing to work with us to achieve this, realize this innovation. And then we also have our agro-logistic network comprising youths that will go around the rural areas to deliver the product to smallholder farmers. And then there's the refill model too. It means that we'll have refill tanks at the biohubs that the farmers can go to refill their kegs at their convenience. Our ask is 5 million naira, which we intend to channel towards establishing our first flagship biohub, Now, as far as FMN is concerned, it's a reputable player in the food system space, and we feel like they share our vision and that we can partner with them in our goals and objectives to convert cassava waste, add value to them, to enhance productivity and prosperity in Nigeria. Thank you for your time.
You mentioned something that a fraction of, what fraction in percentage does the cost benefit when comparing with the regular fertilizer in the market?
When it comes to organic fertilizer, they are considered to be slow release compared to the NPK chemical fertilizers because the benefits go beyond just crop yield and how fast they can grow. There are other considerations like the environmental impact, For these, we've tested it, and we tested it compared to an NPK 15-15-15 chemical fertilizer. It did just as well. And this was based on trials with a select number of farmers.
Sorry, how much is this?
It's 15,000 naira right now.
That's 1 liter?
Yes.
And that's enough?
Yeah, when we dilute it.
We dilute to be able to cover?
1 acre.
1 acre?
Yes.
So this is enough for 1 acre's worth of cassava?
Yeah. So you dilute it with 100 liters of water.
Okay.
Yeah. Initially, it was 75 liters.
Versus if I was using regular NPK, how many bags would I need for an acre?
Okay, so like Nigeria has one of the lowest use cases of fertilizer application because our farmers cannot afford it, generally speaking. So oftentimes they mize the little fertilizer they use. Ideally, you're meant to apply fertilizer like during the 3 critical stages during the planting cycle, when the leaves are showing, when it's flowering, and when it's fruiting, But the average farmer can't afford that, so they use it just once. Like in this case as well, and that's part of the reason why it's affordable, because ideally, we're not trying to say, while it packs a punch, if you use it just once, you will feel its efficacy, you understand? But you need to use it like at least 3 times, just like the regular fertilizers. The only difference is that apart from the advantage and benefits of sustainability and its contribution to crop health compared to chemical fertilizers, it's not as expensive, because with this we can buy 3 of this at the price of 1 NPK fertilizer. So that means with this, by the time you buy 3 of this, you're covered for the planting cycle.
Sorry, how long have you guys been doing this?
Okay.
And can you add to that? Let me add to that. Can you tell us who you sold to, what the market is like? Yeah. And it's not specifically for cassava. I'm guessing no. Okay, let's clarify that as well.
Okay.
And to add to that question, break down the 450K. How the 450K revenue traction you've got. Yeah.
Okay. Sometime last year, because in our efforts to promote the product, we give out free samples. And this company, this NGO, they target women farmers, which is one of the core focuses of this company as well. They target youth and women. So after we gave them the free sample, they came back and purchased 30 from us. They purchased the 30 in February, because they said that they found that from the feedback they got from their farmers that it worked. So we are expecting more orders, of course. So that was how we were able to arrive at that price. That revenue of 450. So, and like you said, it's not just for...
So is it currently on the market?
Yeah, it is. It is. We are trying to expand our distribution network as well as we're doing all this. But we found that, we need to apply innovation if we're going to scale. That's why we came up with the whole decentralized biohub, because access and affordability is a big problem. We have farmers that need the product, but a lot of times they can't access it.
I think because of time constraints, I'm not so sure that our questions were answered.
Okay.
Just to bring you back to the focus,
okay.
Maybe just rapid fire.
All right.
I have 2 questions.
How many have you sold?
30.
30. Who are you targeting?
Women, mainly women farmers.
Women farmers.
Yes, and youth.
The applicability is not just for cassava?
No.
What other crops?
Vegetables, plantain. So far it's been tested on tomatoes, maize, plantain,
and the
cassava.
Testing that you've done, is it formal scientific testing? Before now, have you done any structured test under proper scientific conditions?
Okay, yes. Fortunately, when you're dealing with organic fertilizer, there's an organization that actually validates it, because organic foods and consumables, yes. So it's called NOAN. Okay. They are based in Ibadan, within UI. So they tested it. I mean, we're still going because it has different phases. I mean, getting certified as an organic product takes years. So during the first and second trials, it did fantastic. So in that
sense, it did fantastic as an organic product. Yes, as an organic product, or in terms of the results, or
in both, because so let me just say.
So do you have a lab result for it?
I didn't bring it, but
no, I'm just asking.
Yeah, I have. No, because for no one, it's a regiment. It's an organization. They take it very seriously.
Okay. Yes. Okay. One last thing. Can you do you have a comparative analysis in terms of what he asked, 1 acre, in terms of the numbers with NPK and this?
Yeah, like I said, like if you use it once, it'll cover 1 acre. But that single use, while
do you have the numbers?
With you now?
Yes.
I'm trying to understand the question exactly. Like,
the comparative analysis.
Yeah, like 40% increase
between the use of this product and
the other product,
or the chemical fertilizer,
or the other bioorganic fertilizer.
Correct, or another bioorganic fertilizer. If you don't, it's okay.
Well, the thing is, I can't say that I have access to the data of other companies. Doing our own test trials, we compare it with others, and if I'm marketing this, I'll say you will get 40% yield increase. Okay. So just during one use.
Understand.
Okay. One question. So if you get the 5 million, just in 2 sentences, what are you going to use the 5 million for?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
To set up the biohub.
Okay.
Yeah. And to do some marketing as well. The biohub involves, the whole setup whereby, we produce where the wastes are being generated.
Thank you.
At the clusters.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think the only thing I saw there is a good initiative, because the cassava wastewater generated a lot of environmental pollution of the underground waters, and so I think it's
a great idea, but I'm not sure if it's because he's representing his wife. But I think if you're doing a fertilizer business, you should be able to say, this will cost you how much for this, this is how much it's going to cost you in terms
of value
saving.
Equation, yeah.
And for him to say,
I was surprised he didn't have that
market research. And then he mentioned another thing about the 30 people he gave for free and they came back to buy 30. So you're not currently selling. So, that was a bit whatever for me.
All right, good afternoon, everyone.
Hello, Joshua. Good afternoon and welcome.
Thank you.
You have about 7 minutes to present.
Yeah.
You have the judges here, eagerly waiting to listen to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joshua Tats. I lead the team at Needles. What we're doing at Needles is we're making leather from cassava peels. So why is because, Nigeria leads the world in terms of cassava production. So as a result of that, there's a lot of waste that comes from the processing of that into value-added products, and most of it is in the form of peels. And currently, the way it's managed it contributes to climate change because it's either burnt or it's dumped. So that releases gases that are not good for humans. On the other side, there's the animal and the plastic leather industry. The animal leather industry relies on cows, but the process of finishing that product uses a lot of harmful chemicals that causes water pollution and even harms the health of the workers involved. And then plastic leather is just another contributor to plastic pollution. So in order to solve those two problems, we decided to take the cassava peels and transform them into leather that can be used to create materials specifically for a start for the sustainable luxury fashion industry. So what makes us different or what stands us out is our products are innovative, so we're trying to file patents for them. They're sustainable and eco-friendly. They're durable when compared with animal leather. There's strong export demand for it because of its sustainable nature. And then we're harnessing waste resources to create this. So basically, we're not just doing this with cassava peels. It's just one of the materials we can work with. We can work with diverse fruit waste or agricultural waste. And we can customize it to meet the needs of the people in the industry based on what they want. So far, we've basically just developed prototypes, and we have brands that are on our wait list. But as a company, well, which started 2 years ago, there are other products that we make. So this is how far we've come with. We're the first Nigerian company to get to the H&M Global Change Awards, and that was in 2025. We've had 3 partnerships with Lagos Fashion. We've been featured on Business Day and United Nations Live. We've been supported by the AFDB, Ministry of Agriculture in Lagos, University of Lagos, and the H&M Foundation, which is the charity arm of the fashion giant H&M. We've so far diverted over 300 kilograms of waste from landfills, and that process has given some financial benefits to the farmers and the food processors involved. And these are the SDGs that our activities are impacting on. We're playing a $282 billion industry, and our aim is to get 1% of that market by 2030. If we win the funding today, which was kept at $5 million, this is basically what we're investing it mostly in, and the aim is to take us from this prototype phase to a place where we can meet the demand in the market, so we can now produce it in standards that meet what it is that they're asking us for in terms of size, in terms of thickness, and other ramifications. So this is the team we've assembled to make this work. Lachey leads the marketing. That's because she has years of experience in circular economy advocacy. Edikan is a microbiologist. He leads the R&D, and he has solid background in material science. I'm the founder. I've previously built an agri-tech that was mentioned on Forbes. And I have years of experience in the fashion and circular economy space. And this is some of the brands that are backing us. So I'll close by saying that imagine 10% of the entire waste that is generated in this country, food and agricultural waste. Imagine that was leather. Imagine we didn't have to rely on animal or plastic. Imagine the impact that would create in the pockets of the farmers, in the pockets of the food processors, in the environment as a whole. That's the vision we're trying to bring to life, and we're asking you guys to help us make that possible. Thank you.
So for this sample you're showing us, what percentage of it is cassava?
About 70%.
About 70%,
yeah.
Okay. So again, great to see the traction you've made to date. You have some brands on your wait list.
Yeah.
What are they wait list? What's the sort of like the volume and the product type that they're wait listing for?
Okay.
And what will be your timing to then get a sizable amount of leather material into the market for them to use? Okay,
so they're basically waiting for raw leather. So it's not like they're telling you to make a bag or something for them. They just want the leather. We just did this to show that it can be made into a product. Yeah, and then in 3 months max, because of the time that we have to grow the bacteria. Yeah, it takes, depending on the thickness again that you want it to get to, you can use it in 1 week and use it 3 weeks. Yeah, but in 3 months max, we'll be able to have standard products with funding on our hands. Yeah.
And high level, what's the process? Because I think you mentioned it starts with the cassava peel.
Yeah.
You've also mentioned the use of bacteria and other elements. Just high level, just take us. What's the process to start with cassava peel and other ingredients to get to this?
Okay, so you get your cassava peel, you process it, you extract the nutrients. Basically, currently we do it by boiling. Yeah, so we boil it and then we turn it to like a nutrient solution, basically. So it's like in liquid form. So you're now putting this bacteria strain, and it's depending on, you also add other additives too. Yeah, so it now fits on the nutrients in that, whatever container you've put it in, and takes the shape of that container and grows itself out. So depending on how long you keep it, that's how thick it gets. So after that, you now take it out and then you finish the process. So the rest is just tanning, just how you finish leather. Yeah.
So is this a wallet?
Yeah, that's supposed to be a wallet. Yeah, like a card holder kind of.
Okay. How can you tell me? You say you have people waiting. So what is the product? What are you? Is it for export? What is the market? What's your target market?
It's local and export,
Okay,
but we it's both. It's both. Yeah. Though we really do want to focus more on the export because they would give us more of the numbers that we want to be able to scale. Yeah.
So are you selling card holders like this in the market?
No, we're only going to be selling them leather.
Okay.
Yeah, we just made this so you could prove that this can be made into a product that you could have a feel of. Yeah, but we're basically selling them leather. They will do the final finishing. Yeah,
How long have you been on this journey?
On this particular product or on a business journey as a whole?
On this leather development journey?
Pin needles, yeah.
No, pin needles started in 2024.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were basically creating sustainable materials for fashion industry from waste. So initially we started out with plastics. So we make buttons, we make beads from plastic waste. So this is like our third product. So we started working on this like 3 months ago. So that's where we are at this stage.
Because of the Innovation Prize?
Not necessarily because of the economy. We've actually been working on experimenting with food and agricultural waste. Initially, we started out trying to make fabrics from banana fibers. But the problem with that was we couldn't scale it quickly because one, there is going to be, when you try to scale, you're going to have raw material challenges. So we had to go back to the drawing board and ask ourselves, what can we create that can use diverse raw materials that is not limiting you to several factors that you encounter? Because some of the raw materials that we even wanted to get at the time, we couldn't go to the villages because there's insecurity issues you have to deal with. Yeah.
I'm happy when I hear something about cassava waste, cassava peels.
Okay.
Because it has been a kind of serious problem.
Yeah.
Even though we're using it for animal feed and some other thing, but this is another good viable material. What has been your limitations or on developing this? And apart from this small one, have you been able to do a kind of big straight? Or have you been able to turn it apart from this one, maybe to like a leather shoe or something like a bag?
Okay, so
just to add to that, what is your typical, give us an example of what your typical clients will use it for. I think that's what's
anything you can use leather for, you can use this for it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's literally, you can do anything. So like I said, we're still at the early stages, so we've not been able to make it in the big sizes that they need. Yeah, and then two, we also want to be able to get certifications to back this thing. So we're not just telling you, oh, it's durable. We actually have a lab test to show you. So that reduces the amount of conversations you have to have with them, especially when you're dealing with international brands. It reduces your due diligence time. So the certifications just speak for you, not your ability to talk.
So you're saying the concept stage?
Yes, basically. We've not sold. We've perfected what it is that we're doing. So it's just to pack it with certifications, grow it bigger, and then get into the market.
So I have a lot of waste, don't worry.
Thank you, sir.
You have a free waste.
Yeah.
Or is it not free?
No, you don't. It's not going to be free.
No problem.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Joshua,
Sure.
for your time, and all the best in the future.
Good luck.
Thank you. Good luck.
Innovation, I think, stands out in terms of just the big idea and having something different from all the other
innovation
products.
process.
Yes, it really stands out very strong to me. I think so.
Yeah, definitely.
I think when I saw it from cassava, I was looking, but always analyzing that you need to expose to bacteria to actually. I think it's going to be a big win.
Yes.
Compared to, and it's going to be far cheaper compared to
traditional leather.
The animal issue and
the animal
like
issues
that.
and everything. I think.
And he's done a good job with his other products as well that I'm aware of that.
Yes. I think it's good to pursue the international certifications and but we must advise him also. He can look locally to our local leather industry as a substitute in the East, in Aba. I think there's potential for some good customers there once he's able to get a stable product.
Small businesses.
And volume, which is the challenge.
Did he say anything about fund utilization?
He talked about it in terms of what he's going to use. So get a tanner expert.
That's true.
He did.
Certification, lab test.
He did.
Who are you rooting for?
I'm happy today to witness that we can get leather from cassava peel. It's very, very amazing. But that woman, Victoria, we're in Victoria Island. So Victoria that made cheese balls out of cassava. It's very amazing.
I'm rooting for Yuna Chop. Just a sec. Let me.
Tell me what the person does.
Yuna Crunchy Bites. Yeah.
The first presenter.
Valentine.
Valentine, yeah.
I'm also rooting for Valentine. Yes, I love. His innovations are superb, though his presentation was okay. He was straight to the point. He was bold. He was confident. So I like that.
Okay. And you?
Yes, I'm also rooting for him. Likewise, I'm Victoria. I just like their boldness and the way they brought out everything in their products.
I'm going to ask you who you're rooting for. I will tell you what they do, and if you're rooting for the person, say aye. If you're not rooting for them, please keep quiet. Valentine, who turns cassava into abacha and chips. Victoria, who turns cassava into healthy pops that children can eat. And Joshua, who turns cassava into leather. Now you can only choose one person. All in favor of Valentine, who turns cassava into abacha and chips, say aye. Please, I don't want to hear your eye again, no. You can only choose one, no. All in favor of Victoria, who turns cassava into cassava pop, say aye. All in favor of Joshua, who turns cassava into leather, say aye. So we have two highest ayes, Victoria and Joshua. All right, final one now. So you can only choose one person. Only one person. Joshua is the one who turns cassava into leather. All in favor of Joshua, say aye. All in favor of Victoria, say aye. Okay, so now we have gifts to give away. Very quickly. Since majority, who voted for Victoria? Can I? Let me start with you. You voted for Victoria. I'm going to give you a tongue twister. And you have to say, Victoria turns cassava to cassava pops. Say that 5 times. If you can say it quickly, you get a gift. Victoria turns cassava to cassava pops. Victoria turns cassava to cassava pops. You say it 5 times and you get a gift. Are you ready? 5. And you have to say it loud enough for everyone to hear.
Victoria turns cassava to cassava pops. 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 Victoria turns cassava to cassava pops.
What do you have to say to us?
Thank you, FMN. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, the planning committee. This has been awesome.
It has been. Thank you. Who's going to eat this one?
My daughters.
Daddy has gotten food for daughters. Thank you very much. Round of applause for him.
So what can I get you?
Can I have some more golden penny pasta?
Tell me why you want more.
Because I enjoy slopping.
This is why I love my golden penny pasta. It's my family's favorite. What's your reason?
Great for a romantic dinner.
Reminds me of home every time.
It truly satisfying me.
It's my ultimate comfort food.
Creativity mode activated. And make delicious combos with it. Come on.
I just want more.
Oh, Grandpa.
Because I love you all.
Whew. Our judges have been deliberating, and I can say without a shadow of doubt that this was quite the Herculean task, getting to determine who our winner is or our winners are. But they've done that. I'll get to meet our winners in a moment. But remember that at the start of this episode, I had mentioned that we have a surprise for you. And our surprise is seated right here in this room. I'm talking about the chairman of FMN, John G. Komantaris. Hello, Chairman.
Hello, Olive. Hello,
Good to
everyone.
have you here for the very first time on FMN PFI. You know what I should have done? I should have come with someone who would run the green carpet and praise singers, and I don't have all of that. But can I just settle for a high five? Yeah! Thank you. It's been quite an exciting moment. I'm nervous, incredibly nervous, even though I'm not one of the finalists, about who gets to win. But let's get to meet the finalists. I can't hold this any longer. Hello, finalists. Hello, finalists.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Come on in, come on in. I can feel your nerves from here. It's like your nerve and the energy. Go in, go in. Okay. How you feeling?
Great.
Great. Are you really great or you're anxious?
It's a combination of both.
Nakulabo.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's time for us to find out who our top finalists are. I would hand over to the judges to let us know. We're inching closer to finding out who the winner is. Judges?
We feel almost as nervous as you, but we know the results. So I don't know why we're still feeling nervous. But thank you very much to our lovely finalists for coming. Each and every year, I think the standard keeps on getting better and better. But it's important that before we decide and say thank you, we need to give feedback, as always, because it's about development, it's about growth, it's about taking feedback to the next step of your journey. So
Yes. So congratulations once again. It's great to see all the big ideas that the 5 of you represented, and we're really excited to hear that. For us, it stood out that we had a diverse group of people. Some people are doing products, some people are working on processing, and so many aspects of the value chain. And while your ideas were very, very big, and we saw passion across, I think at least 3 people showed very strong passion. Never forget to make sure that you're talking clearly about who you're targeting and the ability to be able to afford your product. But also, when you're talking about your total addressable market, also be clear about who can you realistically serve. That's number 1. Number 2, 2 to 3 of you really needed to work on your financials. So clarity around your traction that you've made to date, the price of your product, the cost in the market, but also your projections. So how do you see your revenue growth and projections over the next 1 to 3 years? And then last but not the least, would also being clear about your marketing strategy. How do you intend to reach your target market? Because again, we're very keen on scalability and on growth. And I will say that also making sure that your passion is also consistently showing. Well done, and wishing you all the best.
Thank you very much for that incredible feedback. And I hope you take that feedback, because what we have is that a number of the SMEs that have passed through us have recorded at least 50% growth. So even if you do not win the prize money, we know that we want to see the lessons and the feedback that you've taken from the judges reflected in your business, and that, we can celebrate you, right? But now I think it's time for us to hear from Chairman. You also got to listen to all their pitches and interact with them from behind the scenes. And, you have a strong sense of what their business is about. But all of this is happening because of you, because of a journey that has led us up to here. So from your perspective, what expert advice would you give to them to help them get to maybe one day where you're sitting?
Well, I think as Adeleke mentioned, everybody had a big idea, whether it was on the production side or on the consumer side. And I think the most important thing, really from our experience since 1960, when we began 65 years ago, was really the innovation. My father began, and he innovated in each of the fields, and that was the most important development. And he innovated to scale, and he also had the resilience to keep and determination to keep going. And I saw a lot of that in each of the contestants, a lot of big ideas, a lot of ambition, and it needs determination and to find the road how you scale to the larger size. That's the next step.
Thank you very much for sharing that with them. Hope that was helpful.
Yes,
All right. So are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Take a deep breath in, out. Sadiq, you're not breathing, no? Okay, judges, let's announce our bottom 2.
Once again, congratulations to everybody. Everybody has been quite innovative. Great job. You've done excellent. Unfortunately, this is really hard to do. And then I'll be calling names. So the first on my list is Larry Luafemi. Can you step forward? And we have...
Yeah, please. Oh, okay there?
Yes. Okay. You can move a little bit. Yeah. Okay. And then we have Sadiq Mohammed. Step forward, please. Unfortunately, you won't be proceeding with us today. But great job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've shown excellent strength. Great. I wish you the best. Good luck in the business.
Thank you. Thank you, journalists. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
But I think before you go, each one of you is going to be awarded 1 million naira each for your efforts. And
Wow.
I also want to offer each of you a little bit of advice and a little bit of support from our companies. So first of all, Lanra, your idea of the cassava fertilizer is an excellent one. You should be close to the cassava producers, as I said, so you get the effluent, and then you need to take your idea and prove the proof of concept with the farmers. So to that end, we will support you with our Ososa cassava starch plant and our fertilizer and input business to help you do your concept. And Sadiq as well, you're identifying the need for the farmer to be able to take the cassava and not lose it to post-harvest loss and translate it into flour is an excellent idea, and it's a big need. How you price it and how you identify your market, who's going to buy it, and all that mechanism is the step to make proof of concept of your idea. And again, we will support you in that with farmer Neji. He will help you, and we will support that in that effort to see how, because this is the world's expert on how to implement cassava processing techniques. So we guide it, and we will offer you support in that effort to meet you.
Thank you.
That's incredible. Congratulations, gentlemen. You may please exit the hall, and a round of applause for yourselves. Well done. Okay, that was a twist we didn't see coming, but that's not all. We have a little more. Judges?
It is difficult for us to actually pick one of you to be the second runner-up. So your ideas are good, great ideas. But at the end of the day, at least we're all good to have only one winner. So the second runner-up will be Mr. Valentine Okoli.
Congratulations, Valentine. Valentine, please join me here. Join me here.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we're not done. Okay.
Well done, Valentine.
Thank you very much.
How do you feel?
I feel relaxed.
You feel relaxed? You know your fate. You've done very well. You've done very well.
Thank you, sir.
You've done very well. From top 3 out of over 2,700 entries is something to be proud about. Yeah?
Thank you, sir.
And I'm sure there's more to be proud about. From the 3 of you, you probably have some exciting news, I suspect, at Chairman, maybe announcing as well.
Well, I want to say first, Valentine, your product tasted very good.
Thank you.
And you have a good price point to the market, and your graphics are very nice on your package. You need to see how you can place it into the market, distribute it, and get to scale. And I would suggest on your other product, you kind of brand it with a similar brand, so that you make all it a different name, but at least you have the scale of the same, mother brand. But your product was very delicious and tasty, and was wonderful. And we are going to award double the prize money. Is that right, Sadiq?
To our top 3? Yes.
To our top 3.
Thank you, sir.
So that would mean what to Valentine?
Oh, well. So, Olive?
So, I don't know if you all understood what just happened. You're all getting double of what you were initially meant to get. Meaning, we initially had 5 million, 3 million, and 2 million. And now we're going to have 10 million, 6 million, 4 million. And I'm wondering, why am I not a contestant? Congratulations, Valentine. How do you feel now?
Well, please, that's it. Daddy said it's very delicious.
Very important.
That's your marketing, right?
A little behind the scenes gist, he was already speaking to me outside that, I need influencers to be able to push my market. Can I speak with you about it later? Such a businessman.
But you have to pay for our image rights.
In the next few seconds, we will find out who the winner will be of the FMN PFI Season 5. Victoria, how are you feeling? Joshua?
Yeah, good. I'm good.
I should just shut up and allow them to announce, right? Okay. Judges?
Who's going to do the honors? I think we have to leave it to our special judge this year, Mr. Chairman.
So
I'm selecting the winner of this.
Yes, we'll select the winner.
The winner.
Because the moment chairman announces the winner, we already know the other person is the runner. So.
Well, it's a very difficult choice. Very difficult choice. Both very good products, and I want to say, Joshua, you have a good innovation to make leather products out of the cassava peels. It needs to be developed a little bit more to identify what your market is, what your price point is, who's going to buy that. So I think you've developed a very good process and way of producing things. Now you have to connect it to the market. So I think for that reason, we're going to award first prize to Madam Victoria.
Distinguished guests, that the audience nomination for winner aligned with the judge's decision for winner. So without a shadow of doubt, Victoria is the winner of FMN PFI Season 5. I am so excited because girl power. Thank you very much for watching. Congratulations to our winners. Please keep up to date with all that we're doing. FMN Group on all social media platforms, and also engage with our content. Make sure to watch this live on FMN TV. Before I sign out, Victoria, how are you feeling?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, she doesn't have the words to say. This right here is an iconic moment because for the first time ever at FMN PFI, we have our very first female winner, and it's making me feel all kinds of emotional and excited. I'm so proud of Victoria, rooting for her, and of course our audience interestingly voted for her to be the winner. Thank you so much, judges, for giving up your time, your expertise. Thank you, Chairman, for being our special guest and for doing them this incredible favor. Until we'll come your way again, watch out for FMN PFI Season 6. My name is Olive Emodi, and we'll see you around. Bye-bye.